down.
You started in Bishop. That sounds good, Shapiro. It's a nice place to start. All right, looks like the votes are coming in. They added a 5th troll, so every endgame is 4 trolls something. Wow. I don't know. The game felt pretty good. Like adding a bunch of stuff. Just dilute the pool and stuff. I don't know. Alright, Temple Enforcer. I'll see where it goes. I think we've had this talk before. Shield is more flexible. Temple is a bit more powerful. So I think it's a bit early, right? Then again, Temple is a pretty good 6, so I don't know. We'll see where it goes. I think erring on the side of caution is usually Shield, but let's see. Oh, Mafia. Okay. No, okay. Just want to run away. Adding new stuff to a perfectly fine game. I know, right? Yeah, she loves to drop that. Meow. Yeti seems good. Temple is very strong and I like playing Colin's Control Priest. Temple's not really a control card, right? It's more of a Tempo Priest card. Yep. There's Talon Priest and then less good Talon Priest. Can anyone tell me what the application Shady Benny for Arena? This is called Arena Companion, and the website's Arena Drafts. That's what we're using. You can use ! drafts if you would like to participate. So the way how I like to draft priests, I agree that I like the mind control here. But keep in mind that the way how I do like to draft priest also means that we're going to need lots of early game for the board. We have a temple and an MC right now. So yeah, just keep that in the back of your mind that I'm not a like huge slow priest fan right now, but I do like mind control as a top end for a faster priest. Muffin, please. Not right now. Yep. 2 drops, fine. Lots of 2 drops for the Talon priests, hopefully. That'd be nice. Muffin wants to help with the draft. That shield would have been amazing with Pyro. That's true, but it's early to tell whether the shield would be better than the Enforcer, but like I said, it's safer. but it doesn't mean that it's going to be better. I think here for me, it's a somewhat easy power word Tentacles for the kind of priest I like to draft. Cable Rat's sort of a anti-tempo thing, right, a lot of the time. It's not like it's a terrible card. It's definitely playable, but it's obviously, you know, the weakest Lackey generator. Maybe the Shaman Murloc is worse, I don't know. Yeah, anyways, I'll be more of a Power Tentacles fan here, the way how I draft Priest. There should be a 10-second consider time for every pick, just because some people insta-pick the best card in general. Well, I mean, they're more than willing to wait 10 seconds. Your vote is not less impactful later on. It's just an illusion, right? If you say, if I don't vote fast, it's not gonna matter, right? So, it's just that maybe people get swayed a little bit by the majority. These are pretty close. For me, it's not close. Spectral Knight in Priest is not exactly a good minion because you can't heal it. So while it is not an unpickable one, it's, you know, not nearly as good as a Temple Enforcer. Thoughtsteal has a little merit to it, but Temple Enforcer is sort of just a better Thoughtsteal because it is a minion that does provide your presence on the board while at the same time gets you value in the long run as well. So definitely don't like the Spec Knight for what we have right now. Yeah, I think 2 Temple and a Mind Control really sets you up to draft low curve and not run out of cards, so that's looking cool. I think he meant that he wants to give people 10 seconds to actually think about their picks. Are you telling me that you guys aren't disciplined enough to wait 10 seconds on your own? You might be right. Might be right. I think Breaker here is fine. I think Breaker is a bit of a weird pick in Priests, but then again, it is sort of a weird pack. There's lots of opportunities to pick the 5 mana 5/5 silence most of the time. Sometimes you even have to pick the 0 mana silence. So oftentimes Breaker is not the pick, but I think given the particular pack we have here, I think I'm okay with it. Just keep in mind that a lot of the time in Priest, Breaker is not the pick because you get other sources of silence. But I agree with that particular pack. Oh, guys, this is so sad. How can I refuse this? Let me grab my, look. Can you guys see it? She like brought her toy. She's like, play please, I want to play. Like I can't do it right now because then I'm rewarding her for it, but yeah. It's so sad. She does that, right? She just like brings the toy to you and be like, now go human, do the thing. Do the thing where you make the thing move and I try to catch it. Rewarding is okay. Yeah, but she's been very like meow 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 and like running around, and you know she knows the things that she's not supposed to do, and then she starts doing them to get attention. So if I then like reward her with playtime, she's like, okay, so next time I want to play, I gotta be naughty and ask for a lot of attention. Got it. All right. Another Lackey generator. Yes. So 2 mana 2/2, considerably better than 2 mana 1/1, right? So I like how there's 0 votes for the Cable Rat, and I do think, you know, it's pretty obvious why. Yes, for sure. I like I said, but you can see how picking the Power Word Tentacles over the first, you know, Evil Cable Rat then makes a lot of sense. As long as she does it quietly, it's okay, right? Yeah, yeah. But where do I draw the line between? Because she was misbehaving only, you know, a little bit ago. What's sort of the memory on that? Like where she will make the connection. Like how much time does there need to be in between? Like when the stream is over, I'll definitely play with her. I think she needs to learn to begin with that while I'm in here, I'm sort of off limits, at least for playing. She can come sit on my lap, that's fine. All right, Pixie over Soldier. That's okay. I don't hate Soldier just because we're Priest and 6 health things are very nice to play Temple Enforcer on. But we do feed them 1,000,000 coins that way, so I'm okay with Pixie. Is Blizzard not going to nerf Abyssal Occurrence? I'm still assuming that it's going to happen, but they are taking too long. It should have happened pretty much at the start of the week. We're trending towards the middle of the week already. Soon it will be weekend. Yeah, definitely dropping the ball there. Because I was sort of defending them in that it wasn't necessarily crazy slow, right? For them to nerf Rogue. I think Rogue was nerfed sort of in an appropriate time. But I think that the second wave of nerfs are taking way, way too long. You learned nothing from our previous drafts. Why do we skip Shadow or Death again? I will say that the way how I draft does make it so we need AoE a little less. That being said, I'm always happy to have a Nova, so I think it's hard to... Honestly, right now, I'm kind of just going to see what you guys draft. Unless I have a strong opinion about it, I'm just going to be fine with it. I'm not sure whether the Death is the pick there. I haven't played enough Priest to really tell you guys. How can we draft? Exclamation mark drafts. Alright, 5 mana Silence guy. It's okay, I guess. Monk Age? Okay. So I think so far I may have had a Powered Shield instead of the Temple. I would have definitely had Powered Tentacles instead of the Rat. I don't know if Shadow or Death is that great right now. It may be, right? It may be. It gives you that tempo swing. But Holy Nova should also be pretty good right now. So I'm not sure if it's as easy. Mafine. Alright, let's pick the Hawksteed. Cultist wouldn't have been that bad. Yeah, but it's not at the same level as the other two. It's not playing in the same league because you're picking Talon Priests when you see them and you already have a Pixie, so I feel like the the cultist is very rarely to pick. Monk H again? I'm sorry guys. Looks like some people are getting through. Hey Miter, thank you for the 4 months. Welcome back. How do I vote? It's a secret. But if you find out, you pass the test. And then you are qualified to participate. Isn't it hard to keep all the cards in mind? In what context? I think Squashling's probably okay. I haven't played enough Priest really to tell you whether I like it or not. I think the Aberrant is a consideration. Skipping it up. Only do that if you mean it, right? Around say, I don't know. Then again, I guess the Kappa is somewhat implied, right? Or not implied, it's just there. Talon Priest is a good card indeed. Squash is even better than before because no Scorcher. But what about Fan of Knives? What to play around? Because there are so many possible cards. It's all the wild cards, I guess. No, there's a couple of sets that are in Trickman. You can use exclamation mark sets. A ping in Priest. I like it. Enjoy this pick. How are you going to kill a 7/7 on turn 4? Are you implying that there are people that don't play Warlock or Rogue? Or Hunter? Yeah, I do think it's Booty Bay. Can I choose skip? Yeah, I think lots of people at the start did similar things, Stein, where you try to get some stuff. Yeah, I'm not a fan of picking Priest right now. I do think it can work, but I just think that it's a little bit like, well, I'm going to play my minion now, and I'm sure hoping you can't kill it. And then, you know, like, situation A, like, he kills it, you're like, well, I guess I lose now. Situation B, he doesn't kill it. Well, I guess I win now. It feels sort of linear, right? Where it's like, okay, I'll just play my cards, buff my things, and do the stuff. Is it all wild now? Nope. Exclamation mark sets. All right, so I'm pretty sure Ronsu would want the death here, right? Yeah, I think 4 mana 4/7 is pretty much what you're looking for in this kind of deck. There's also 2 silences, so we could potentially do that. Hey, no spamming, Ronsu. We're not picking the death, and that's that, okay? Yeah. Alright. Another 4 mana 4/7. Looks like a good idea. 12-0 deck. I think it's really hard to go 12-0 with a priest. I think going 12 with a priest to begin with. It's once again because it feels like you can't, like, you know, like one backstab and you're like, oh, okay, I guess. Understandable, right? You're like, oh, okay, I guess I don't beat that. Sure. The 4/7's even better than anticipated. Alright. So you've been priesting it up, Ransu. I think the scribe is fine here, yeah. How is scribe the pick? What would you have picked? Sort of already forgotten about the pack, but scribe seems fine. I agree. This looks like a Hosen deck for sure. Double Talon Priest, double Shade Quill. We could create 10 health minions quite easily. Bomber and Mistress. I guess I could look at the Bomber a bit more, yeah. I could look at the Bomber a bit more. Garukfu. We're not that heavy on 3, so I suppose it's fine. I do think Worgen Greaser was like sort of a consideration, just because double Temple, double Talon Priest. But once again, I can't tell you it would have been right. It's never the Footman for this deck. It's not going to make a difference whether you Footman or 1 or not. So for me, it was between the Greaser or the Grookfu, and I guess giving a Grookfu lots of health could also be cool, and it's more likely that it's going to stick. We have 2 Evil Conscriptors, 2 Talon Priests, 2 Shade Quills, and 2 Temple Enforcers. Please keep that in mind. That doesn't mean it's not Kazakus, but it is much, much weaker than it would normally be. Yeah, so Kazakus is absolutely the best card here, but only if your deck is tailored for it. I think 4 copies is a bit too much, so picking Velen is fine for me. I don't think we need to let this run for too long, yeah. A spider tank can do things that are not a spider tank. No. Lady in White seems good. It's still a 6 mana, 6/6. I think Velen with the insta effect feels quite a bit better. Jeweler so underbucketed, yep, for sure. Yeah, this definitely feels like a Faceless Rager deck. Double Talon Priest, double Temple, double Shade Quill. Some huge shenanigans. Lots of shenanigans. Yeah, I think we really, really miss that power tentacles for our deck instead of the rat. How many runs have we done? Exclamation mark, Twitch chat. I see lots of circle votes. Every time I have a circle, you know, I'm like, I have a lot of high health guys, maybe I can, and every time I'm like, So I do think Abusive's fine. Abusive's not great, but, you know, there's moments where you're like, you know what, that was useful, right? Whereas I'm usually, with the circle, I always feel like I'm like, meh. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-bum. This one's closer. More Talon Priest, more better, it seems. The chat philosophy. I can't exactly argue with it. I do think for this kind of deck, Death over Mind Control is definitely better. Our deck didn't land nearly low curve enough for me for the Death to not be better than the MC. So, but then again, we need to see how likely it is that you're gonna end up with all the Talon Priests and the Temples and stuff. I think for me the Cleric is the worst one here. But I have been pleasantly surprised with how good it was in Tempo Priest, but that's back when Elixir and Extra Arms are in the rotation. There is not much upside to playing a Cleric on one anymore. Even if you play Cabal Talon Priest on a Cleric, it's like, yeah, I get a 1/6. Right? So, yeah. I think another Shade Quill was definitely better for this deck. There's 3 Talon Priests, 2 Temple Enforcers, Hosen Healer, Faceless Rager. Yeah. Because I'm not even sure if you keep Cleric in opening hand, depending on what you have. She might just not do enough for it. Do you think board clears are strong in this meta? That depends what kind of board clear you have in mind. Yeah. Yeah, I think the more I look at it, the more it's definitely a Shade Quill for me. But we can have some really Craigasm Northshire moments with a big Holy Nova play, with a big Squashling play. But yeah, the 4/7 is sort of just Craigasm on its own, right? It requires very little assistance. Oh well, it's a shame. So I guess, yeah, those are 2 sad picks, right? Not getting the Power Tentacles and not getting the 3rd Shade Quill. I would consider it more as late game. How much late game do you want though, right? You're playing Tempo Priest. You're not playing Control Priest.
Anduin versus Uther. I will fight with honor. The light shall bring victory.
It's sort of an interesting hand. You could also keep this, right? But none of these cards are Cabal Talon Priest. But I do like the Abusive early. I think we can make it work if we keep this. That's kind of close. I think we should let you have 1 to 2 picks you can override. I know we talked about this. Not sure if people like it. I think most people don't like it.
Take to the streets.
How did you get a Ziliax, Spider? Do we next level him? definitely don't.
Quickly.
Thought steal, the opponent drafted one. Can't draft CDX.
Reporting for duty. Get in there and fight, maggot!
Is someone injured?
Must have been an old deck. No. Deck's got reset. There's no way you can draft a Ziliax.
Your magic shall not save ever
Right away.
You're bad? It's okay. It's not like it's like a gotcha moment or whatever. I just thought it was weird because I don't know how he'd get a Ziliax. I'm just thinking about it. Currently can't think of anything.
Right away.
Toki. Yeah, maybe with Toki you can get a Ziliax. No, Ziliax isn't wild yet, right? No, so I don't think Toki can get a Ziliax.
Don't mess with Tusk. Reporting for duty.
Because it's not wild yet, and it's only for constructed wild stuff. Ara say thank you for the 16 months, man. Feels good, man. Welcome back.
I must consider.
CDX is wild in Arena. It's not how they think about it.
I must consider.
She's here!
No, Omega Assembly is Boomsday, same as Ziliax. Boomsday's not in Arena right now. I'm not sure, there might be a way you can get a Ziliax somehow, but I just can't think about it right now. I hate to say it, guys. But that Shadow Word Death looking okay right here.
I must consider.
That's hot. She's here! I will be your doom.
But yeah, I think over the MC for sure. Would you pick second death over the Nova though? Or not? That's the question.
Let me think.
Why not Velen there? I didn't like it. But maybe I should. I'm not really thinking much. I'm just playing cards tarot.
Reporting for duty. Not all.
Neither snow nor rain nor witch.
Reporting for duty. I foresaw.
Take to the streets.
Why think when you can play cards?
I supply only the finest creatures.
It still heals for 2? No. It's pretty silly.
I wonder.
I think the Nova might be worth it now.
I foresaw this.
Just because you get your Velen topped off. Best Nova we're gonna get.
Face me, you cowardly plum.
Reporting for duty. I foresaw this.
You wish to live forever.
The victory is yours.
Another one on the board for Twitch chat.
Anduin versus Morgul! The light shall bring victory.
That's not a coin. It's not a 2-drop.
Got something to hide?
Every time you tempo a Talon Priest,
You wish to live.
you die a little inside. Why does Shady seem tilted? I am not. Oh no, a spider tank. I know, right? Hate it when my card is only a spider tank.
Sign up for this. You wish to
4-8 coming for you. It's a frog.
What a tragedy!
Grookfu value.
What a tragedy! Better write this down.
How? Very bleh. I think I will play Hosen Healer just for tempo, which is really awkward in this deck. But playing Grookfu makes very little sense.
what doesn't rook you will your rage sustain us.
I'm assuming 6-4 will kill the 5-6. Then we have a 2-6 on the board, I guess. Then he has something. No. So he values the scrolls more for him. Interesting. Gotta get rid of the scrolls then. This is probably a game where it's better to just have the MC. Doesn't mean that it's always better, but... Oh. What? Oh. Can't have that Wind Fury lying around. Booty Bay doing something, right? Four mana, 7/7.
My shield for Argus.
I might just take that. Because I have the Squashlings for another turn, and the Squashlings feel pretty bad here. There's the Argus. Oh, I thought you meant the Argent when you said it. Offender of Argus has been okay-ish, I guess, right? Talon Priest quite nice.
You wish to live forever.
To my
I buff there because the Shovel Fist doesn't do anything. This guy's kind of annoying, huh? Oh, he's gonna get a little health back.
Is someone injured? Somewhat useful, some might say. That means we're not drawing 2 cards. Just drawing 2 cards better. We do get to poke the healing totem this way. It's probably better to poke the healing totem then.
Your magic shall not save you.
This guy has cards. If we're a priest, and he's not.
Ends here. Get in there and fight, maggot!
Right away.
Not all honor are lost.
8 cards left. Getting 4 extra power could help him. Smiley face. He's giving me a card. I guess he's on the mill train now. Hashtag team mill. Let's go.
Right away.
Sever my wrath!
one's a real page turner.
Whispers everywhere.
Perfect cat. You get a hat, and you get a hat.
Now, don't you regret playing that scheme and extending the match another 10 rounds?
I foresaw.
What? He's like, but I removed everything. Pepe hands. It's like, can't beat Priest if you're not killing him. It's funny how Priest can just sit there and be like, your removal tires me. When will you concede? Like if you're not on the board killing the priest literally just sits there waiting like, well, I guess I'm just gonna have to kill you really, really, really slowly. One Velen heal at a time.
Light smiles upon the just.
Just one Velen heal at a time. Cleric doing work? That was a good game for Cleric. Some might even say an excellent game. But they might be over-exaggerating. Right? What about Priest versus Priest? There's a big fuss at the start about who gets the board. And the guy that gets the board wins. Minions, take to the streets.
Consider.
Cleric makes not that much sense here. Because you're drawing one card and then he develops and probably kills your Cleric. So the question is, do you trade the 2-1 to try and find a lackey that makes a dude? What about Hawksteed? Oh, because his death rattle procs before ours. That's a pretty reasonable play, right? Yeah. I think I like that more. Preserve some more power. I think that's a pretty good suggestion. I like that. Why not Cleric? They're just gonna kill the Cleric. It's fine. Get a 4-7 uncontested. Punished? Yeah, yeah. How did I end up in this spot where I have this 4-7 on the board? Dear Lord, he's smacking us all over the place.
Run! I will hold them off.
Probably just Breaker and maybe put 4 damage into it. The Rush Lackey seems like a waste. Rush Lackeys are really good in a class where you normally don't get initiative like this.
Your magic shall not save you.
Does not seem worth throwing a Rush Lackey away.
I must consider.
Is someone injured?
Quickly.
That one's a real.
Next turn we can rush a Scribe this way, or Squashling Value, or whatever. We'll see. Not the worst play, just not a clean play, right? Like, not a play where you go like, yeah, but I don't think I want to let him keep that Belcher. He can start like adding on more buffs and stuff. Alright, looks like our Rush Scribe is gonna do really well. Oh, this is actually gonna be alive. I suppose we open ourselves up to Holy Water, but that's kind of okay.
What a tragedy! Better write this down. Put it on paper.
Why not Nova? Nova and what? That seems really slow, right? The problem is Dig Day. So I want to create a board that's good for that, which means I might have to Squashling here. Just so I get a lot of power like that. Because then I can go back in with the squashes, right?
Greetings. Hello, my friend.
She's here!
So now he goes 9-9 in here. Trade, trade, trade. Instead of throw something else in and puke. Maybe even shoot for one. Definitely a matchup where we're looking for mind control. Wow.
Greetings.
Those are reasonable rolls for him. The ghoul is fairly okay. How does this work?
I wonder.
It doesn't. Okay. Muffin.
Not too quickly.
She's here!
You wish to live forever.
Whispers everywhere!
Bad trades? Cheers.
Behold the might of Stormwind!
You wish to live forever.
I wonder. I must consider.
Like to play with fire?
Not too quickly.
You're so
She's here!
Yeah, I think we're done. I don't think he wins very many games in this meta. I don't know why a priest has 2 Stormwind champions and a Mass Resurrection. But I guess it works for him.
Not all who wander are lost.
Why not trade before the Nova? Because his Stormwind has 1 extra damage then.
I foresaw.
Yeah, if you want to do that Stormwind turn different, you can, but the result is the same. You can trade Nova, or you can Nova trade. One way gives you 1 extra health from the Nova. The other way gives you 1 extra health because the Stormwind is 6 instead of 7. So it's really the same. Or is it? Because of the Pyro? No, right? It's the same thing because of the Pyro? I don't know. Probably doesn't matter, the Pyro.
I foresaw this.
I foresaw this, Motor Trucker. Just how greedy is his deck? Yeah, I mean, he just drafted cards and they do value things. You'd be surprised at how far, but you need to be good to play these decks. I don't know if he's good at the game, right? Like, I don't think I've been able to tell. Oh, he's really good at the game. Never mind. I don't know if he's done any potato things, right? That's the thing, like, I feel like in Priest, you just kind of... It's hard to tell if someone's good or not. They're just like, hey, I play my cards. Look, I play my cards. Sweet. It's just, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it's hard to tell if someone's good or not when they're playing Priest. It's specifically knowing when you need to, like, hold back and, like, play for tempo more. But a lot of it is just, like, you don't get those options unless you curve. What do I need to shoot here? Who do I need to shoot to stay alive? I'm guessing the 4-4, right? Because the 3-4 is a pretty juicy trade for him.
I foresaw.
2 damage on my Velen, yeah. Still make him trade. Okay, it's officially over.
You have
Yeah, I think that can get like 6 or 7 wins his deck. But I think the ceiling is there. Because you can only meet that many hunters, right? Oh well, it's fine. Or you can only avoid that many hunters and rogues, I guess. And to an extent, warlocks as well. Aggressive warlocks, rogues, and hunters are gonna farm that. Yeah, I was good, but he was just a little bit better. Smiley face.
Anduin versus Gul'dan.
Your soul shall be mine.
The light shall bring victory.
Part of me feels like guy will indeed find aggro decks and get 12. No, he dies versus aggro. I guess it's a Dire Maul, right?
Injured?
Come on, Dire Maul. Don't get Bloodfin Raptored. Feels okay, man.
Right away.
Take to the streets. I taste blood.
Feels acceptable, man. Not okay, but acceptable.
Talk about a nice suit.
It's hard to argue with getting a Yeti down. Well, it's close here. Feels acceptable, man, not enabled.
Your pathetic defense ends here.
Yep. When I look at a 2-2 on the board, I also feel like playing a 5-2 is just right. When the minion is just right. Oof, I get my power tentacles after all. Are we gonna get enough on board? We probably are, yeah. Don't think I need to give him one more for Hellfire. Can probably put a 1-1 down instead of a 3-2. Shadow Form? Well, look at it this way. Power Tentacles pushes 2 extra damage each turn without me having to hero power for it. So it's like, I always have to Shadow Form then.
Consider.
Maybe Tentacles is not correct here. I'm trying to force it. Until they kill your minion. Ah, that never happens. Come on, man.
Not too quickly. I must get in there and fight, maggot.
Tentacles doesn't feel correct here. Feels better to do this. Now we have Abyssal Proof, Abyssal Proof, Abyssal Proof. And we can choose when we do this. Fellfire? Yeah, Fellfire happens, but you can't play around both Fellfire and Abyssal most of the time, so that's something I don't really respect. Trying to play around every single card in the game is going to cost you more games than it will win you, chat. Guess I'm sort of asking to get punished here. But I think I like this more. Not punished. Nice. Bloop. God, the amount of crap I'm facing right now is really annoying. Can I like play against normal decks, not fucking ultra control decks? What the fuck? Like the meta is not fucking Nether and double Stormwind Priest, so it's a little annoying, I have to say. Because we're gonna lose, right? Just because of that.
Your rage sustains me.
If I trade heal, he can kill it. Pop him for 3. 1 card and you're out. Yeah, it feels dumb, right? It's just... Because this kind of deck doesn't do well against that at all.
Say the magic word.
He's not dead. But he can't tap if I face. But I feel like I still have to take this trade and protect this from him having 2 damage. I don't know. I have 3 Shade Quells, now 2 Shade Quells. Health is so important. Deal with 3. Take the safeguard? Yeah, you have to, but this is the decision this turn, not do you mind control. Well, I'm assuming he has taunt, heal, or removal, right? Because otherwise he killed himself. That tap was so confident, he should have something.
Your rage sustains
Okay. I will say that that makes me happy I went face. Lots of AoEs kill him now, so I don't think we should play the Shade Coil and give him a Blast Crystal. Dread Infernal technically kills him. Abyssal technically kills him. He can have other things, right? Do you miss Kareem? It's all in context. It's very hard to miss a particular card without the context. Get wrecked, Bush. Smart. I don't know why that made me laugh. It was pretty funny. Really? Of course. Naturally. Naturally we have the double damage lucky roll. Oh, that is a phenomenal draw.
Magic shall not
Alright, well there's a Nova in the deck. There's a Blowgill in the deck. I guess something like Scribe or Velen is a pretty good draw as well. I don't think I play the Shade Quell this turn if I don't have the Silence. So Monk has. Rush Lucky would have been good as well. Yep. Yeah, that's what I mean, right? 2 Luckies to deal damage with, but the summon a 2-drop, the evolve and discover a spell was likely not good. I love how the first one hits him in the face. Oh, I love it. Man, it's because we sent that 3 damage face, I think. Oh my god. But yeah, you can see why I don't really love playing Priest right now. I don't know. It just feels like I'm so at the mercy of the run. More so than with other decks. It can go very well, right? But it just feels like if it doesn't go well, I didn't have much say in the matter, if that makes sense. The odds were not in his favor there, not so much.
Don't forget to tip your Tauren.
Such a beautiful design.
Can't hit my face yet. Untargetable face.
That's hot.
You wish to live forever.
Because this is super triggering for the opponent when this happens, right? Spider Tank into Spider Tank Plus. But do I really feel like I did much to achieve that? It's like, well, I had the minion, and he didn't have the damage. And then I have the other minion. And then boom, I'm on the board. But when this doesn't happen, you know, just feels like you're just not getting there.
Free of that blasted tower.
I am absolutely terrified of that.
Behold,
Probably should be.
Your soul.
Keeping the high health one is pretty important, I think. So probably want to heal her while we have the chance, but healing the 3-2 is better for the board. But it'll probably take us chance killing the jeweler. So I think I keep the big pile of health alive. You decided to pick the card. That's something. Sure. What are you looking for, Cred Creates? That's not necessarily wrong. It's just likely to be wrong. It could be okay if he is prepping a board buff, but it's just really likely to be wrong.
Must consider. I wonder.
Silencing here feels a bit weird. Just to get a 5-5 out.
Not too quickly.
weak slip is good for drugging.
What happened? People and their questions. Their questions. They need to know stuff. Can I just sit there?
I must consider.
It's actually not as easy as the turn immediately looked. I think making him trade the walnut is probably what we do, but not as easy as it immediately looked.
You wish to live forever?
Don't love that. Shady got rejected by a girl? Yes. That's exactly what happened. Have you ever taken an IQ test? No, I have not. I have a feeling that the silence we saved is gonna be okay here.
I see gold in your future. You're so
I think the blow him out play is pretty good here. Yeah, you know. Gotta give it a try, right?
what?
We won against the Nether Warlock. We smorked them down and we barely, just barely got there. Just heal, heal, heal. Throw the heal on the thing. Keep the thing alive.
Never skip dig day.
No, he's killing our thing. What a rude opponent. Never skip dig day. I think I will actually Nova it away. This thing has too much health for me to give it up. Screw that guy.
Halt! Who goes there?
Ah. Need my powered shield here. Booty Bay is good here. It's risky if he has the damage here in such a bad spot. You wouldn't use a Nova here? Yeah, maybe, but if I'm not just playing cards, I don't think we'll be playing right now, Stein, so.
I concede.
Priest is such a fair class. Super fair, super balanced.
Anduin versus Rexar.
Let the hunt begin.
The light shall bring victory.
This is the first chat draft, yes, Tino.
What fools these portals be!
To my side. You wish to live forever.
Outplaying yet another opponent. Ha ha ha.
Face me, you meddling moron.
Oh, he's countering my outplays here. He's playing even better than I am. Do I pre-hit for Mark or something?
Foolish!
It gives him a better 4 damage shot, but it's on turn 5 and he already had the 3-4, so it's okay for me. I'm guessing Spooters. Guess it's not Spooters. Could be Snipe, but I think I would still rather heal than play this.
I wonder.
Foolish!
Who are these people, man?
You wish to live forever.
Not too quickly.
Your soul.
The classic Hecklebot explosive trap deck. The Hunter archetype we all know and cherish. Whereas this archetype is the spam Talon Priest until the opponent stops moving. Also, A classic, of course.
Whispers everywhere.
Foolish.
The amount of portals people have ripped off the top so far is insane. And that's how they keep picking the card, right? They remember the time where they ripped the thing off the top and it's good. Now, not to say that Portal Overfiend is terrible. I'm more talking about the 4-mana guy. The 4-mana guy is the terrible one. The 6-mana guy is kind of okay. This sounds bitter and defeated. Bad mood, question mark. Statistics show that if you ask someone if he's in a bad mood, they instantly get a better mood and explain you everything. I wouldn't trust those figures though. Sounds a little weird to me. Yes, a bog. Is Silence Phase bad? It's not terrible, but we can also just squelch him.
That's not a valid target. That's not a valid target.
Nice, good return, I guess. Stupid question. Oh, what makes you say that? No, I just have a lot of pain, a lot of back pain, and I'm just trying to focus on playing and not so much on the other stuff.
Me and Mr. Bite. Whee!
Don't ban me, please, Monk ass. Kingy, thank you for the 22, man. Seems like an okay Nova.
Your soul.
Wasn't aware you were in pain. I don't really like to talk about it much. It was pretty okay last month. I just streamed too much. Sat on my ass for too long. That could have been okay for him. Yes, another one. Put that in the way. Maybe even buff this. No, that makes Dig Day too good, right?
You wish to live forever.
Boop.
Your magic shall not save you.
This is a little interesting because you can either put the quill out of Dig Day range, or you can silence it. I think you probably still have lethal through the heal. Especially with abusive in the hand, so it's sort of interesting. Maybe holding the breaker's better. I think it's still okay to have it in your hand, have it on the board though. Hoping to find the mass rest priest later on. Oh god, no.
Anduin versus Gul'dan.
Your soul shall be mine!
The light shall bring victory.
Well, turn 3 will show us whether we are good at this game or not. If he has a pig that rushes for 2, we're not so good at the game. Whether he is good at the game or not. Are you telling me that whether he kills my 3-2 or not is outside of my control? Oh. I have bad news, guys. We don't win the game immediately. And there's even a good chance that he wins the game now. No further notifications. That is all.
You wish to live forever? I smell
Bloop. Normally I don't like giving him the card, but trading the 2-3 just opens up the 2-1 going in, and then he has 1 extra power. And the goal is to reduce his power right now, so the 4-7 sticks. Oh, life drinker. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
you wish to live.
4 mana 3-3, baby. One of us, Pog. Yeah, that is the appropriate reaction after you play Life Drinker on curve. You're like, damn, why did I play a 4 mana 3-3? Looks like I was wrong, chat. We do win. And it's all because of Life Drinker.
Anduin versus Medivh.
Let the games begin.
The light shall bring victory.
Alright, another test of our prowess here. Hating on our Life Drinker. I think it's really, it worked out really well for us in that game, the Life Drinker. Oof. We even have a plan B. Would you look at that? Honestly, there's not even the best buff targets. There's a chance we don't buff it. Save the buff for this guy. We'll see what his board looks like, whether he has a board, yada yada yada. Yada 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 yada. Because if we get the Talon Priest on the Quill and he doesn't kill it, then you temple the Quill and it's just, it sort of just runs out of control. Okay, Talon Priest is good. Never mind.
You wish to
When you're not streaming, what do you do professionally or what do you study? I don't study anything and I don't do anything professionally. So I guess that leaves a couple options then, right? No, sorry, I don't know. I feel like I'm stuck in the how do you say that? I'm stuck in one gear right now. Just because I'm sort of trying to keep... I'm trying to keep from... It's hard to say, right? Let me figure out what we're doing here first, and then I'll get back to you with that thought I just had. I feel like buffing more shit's probably the right answer here anyway. To the priest, to the priest. How do I say? I'm sort of in the same gear when it comes to, I guess, my level of excitement or whatever you want to call that. But it's more to keep me from being a little bit too whiny right now. If that makes any sense. Do we let one go to keep the others healthy? Probably not, right? I think we can keep juggling for now. We have Squashling and Nova. Sometimes you just rather sack a minion, but Squashling and Nova probably means we just want the health on the things.
Someday I'll be just like you.
Shady's a bum confirmed, yeah. All I do is play video games all day. It's quite sad, really. The Nova play keeps this on 5. Or rather, the Pyro play. The other one is to trade first and Nova, which is sort of similar. It's just that this allows us to push 6 extra phase. 6 extra phase is sort of good, right? Yeah, because then you just have lethal if he flame strengths you. So flame strike's not a card. Feels okay, man. When you play Nova Pyro, what procs first? First the Nova and then the Pyro. That's just like that sound. That song is on repeat in my brain when I'm playing Priest. Just buffing my guys out of range.
Anduin versus Khadgar.
Khadgar.
knowledge is power.
The light shall bring victory.
Circus music. Priest feels very matchup dependent, and you can say that, yes. That's kind of a weird play, but I fear his Henge Clan Hogsteeth too much to jam the Pyro. And I do want to coin. Perfect. This is a little less likely to receive the buff. But if I play Hogsteeth, I'm buffing a 1-1, so what's the point? He might play a secret here. Probably still play Talon Priest. Then again, he knows I have a Lackey. Would he be smart enough to not play Mirror Entity here because he knows I have a Lackey in my hand? I'm gonna put my money on no, and I think it's still Mirror Entity. That being said, should I still just play Talon Priest?
I wonder.
I feel like he may have potentially set up a duplicate play with a Water Rally or something. I'm going to assume that it is... I'm going to assume that it's Mirror Entity. But I think you're still supposed to play Talon Priest, even though you know it's Mirror Entity. Just because if it's duplicate, you're so sad that you played the 1-1.
You wish to live forever.
Not too quickly.
Hey.
Job done.
So I imagine it being turn 1, and you look at your spells offered from a magic trick, and you go,
I'm late.
easy Ice Barrier, lol. This is a little weird because the 5 provides a weird number given that we have 5 health here. So I guess we'll just play the Lackey and the Hog. Now he has a 5-5. Sure. Ooh, Powered Shields. No, we still need one more. It probably is the shields, but we need one more damage. What is the name of the program Shady uses to evaluate the arena picks? It's called Twitch Chat. Twitch Chat speaks to me through a program called Arena Companion? Yeah. Troll last, this guy. This feels better. Because I have the Hosen in my hand, so I should just make a big pile of health here. Because if you play the Yeti, there's too much chance he snipes it. And now you just make a pile of health and you get the big ass Hosen next turn. The big ass Hosen! Recycling, eh? Might be too much. What's the health on it right now? 10. 10 should be sufficient. my minion grow. Rah, rah, rah. A 3/7 isn't bad. Yeah, but then we're giving up hero power value. Kind of like hero powering things. It leaves the bodies after Flame Strike. I don't think he Flame Strikes this. Or I'll put it like this. He's welcome to Flame Strike this. Mana Cyclones everywhere. I think now I may put the temple on here. Let's see. Yeah, these die anyway, right? If he has it. The heal on the Yeti is to encourage him still flame striking. The buff on the silence guy is to play around. Dirk, 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 dirk. Because now if he plays Dig Day and he hits the 6, I could free kill it with this guy and heal him all the way back up. He's got 13 health, yeah. Or we could sack the 3-2, it's also sort of fine. Probably sack the 3-2 instead. I love this game, man. It's like, how long can you keep shit out of Flame Strike range? Turns out the answer is quite a bit. Or quite long.
I must consider.
I guess I could still go in with this and Hosen if he has Dig Days, so I think we can give up the little guys. How is that Flame Strike, Mr. Mage? You're just sitting here like, play lower health minions.
Truth is my shield.
Quickly. I must consider.
You wish to live.
I'll do this, right? To make him Flame Strike, ping trades, and then you push 11 face, play these guys, kill him the turn after. Because if I don't buff this, then he doesn't have to Flame Strike. I can just trade and do other stuff. Whoa, a Flame Strike. And not a ping. Yeah, it's really, really, really annoying for a mage to play against this kind of priest. You're just waiting for them to go in range of Flame Strike and it never happens.
Anduin versus Medivh.
Polymorph, on the other hand, would have been pretty okay.
The light shall bring victory.
One Talon Priest, please. Ah, close. Unlimited health. Unlimited power.
Is someone injured?
Basically, we're that guy. The Talon Priest on curve kind of guy.
Right away.
Warlock still best class. Question mark. Question mark. Question mark. Question mark. Question mark. Yes! Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. Really, really good! Exclamation mark. Probably the best! Exclamation mark.
Right away. Right away.
That curve? I know, where's the Talon Priest? The fuck? Popping off with a magic trick. Oop. This is the one mage game you won't be surprised if you lose. Double Raven does sound good against us, yeah.
I'm late. I'm late.
Didn't expect them to snap that. Aww, where's my Shadow or Death? That'd be so good. Do I just pick a Shaping for this matchup?
Consider.
I guess so, right?
Get in there and fight!
Whoa. A combination of cards. Alright, chat. Do I make a 7-drop? Because it's so much better than templing something? Or do they really, really, really suck? Like, really, really suck.
I must consider.
Alright. We need some spreadsheet information here. Do not make a 7-drop. Alright, well that was clear.
I wonder.
But now I just buff a pleb. And how can I decide which one is going to get it here? Oh, hey Collins, what's up, man? I guess the rats, right? Why? Who knows? Back to the voids. You feel okay. All the rays. Alright, hear me out, chat. I think we might not play shaping. I know it sounds a little weird, but think about it.
You wish to live forever.
Isn't this just better? No, it sounds weird though. Nine drops are good. No. What if I get the Soggoth and then he has It's Dig Day? Wouldn't we feel pretty bad then? I'd feel kind of bad. Alright, chat. Do we make a 9-drop or not? We are not in standards. 9-drops are the best in standard, not in arena right now. You heard the man. I do have to say that the value of jamming this right now does sort of, because I wouldn't even play Pyro, right? I would just go I would just go Conscriptor and heal. Ah, an even better dig day target.
The light shall burn you.
Chat, you all suck. You're terrible at this game. You're all fired. Fired, I tell you. Steal it? Oof. That sounds like a good way to lose this. But on the other hand, we did already make the losing play before. So maybe we shouldn't really mix two strategies and continue the losing decisions.
Not too quickly. I must consider.
You like to play with fire. You wish to live forever.
Free trade. It's very free. If you don't make a 9-drop, he kills you 5-7. No, you play the Pyro, right? You play the 2 and the Pyro, and then you just trade. Heal your face, make an 8-drop. Easy clap. Right? So that's the play. And I sort of knew it, but you guys told me to make a 9. And it is a Twitch chat run, so I tried to listen to the co-op partners from time to time. He didn't have Conjur's Calling. Yeah, he has to go face, though, for the Conjures to be a thing.
I must consider. Not too quickly.
Wow, what? No, that's not fair. I clicked the thing. It's actually not fair, right? You guys saw it. The thing was clicked. I like how he found the only decision that would be bad for him. I just have a bunch of spells in my... I literally have 10 cards in my hand. Let's play the big taunt minion. It's like literally the only bad thing he could do. Like you have to really try to find the worst play there. I don't think the Shape Quill is a card right now. We're gonna downgrade it in stats, but... Oh, nice. Much better. It is incredible. How did you know? But I can't play something that heals him right now, right? It's just not a thing. This is probably better than the 4-7 right now. Because he should have a card, right? To be able to kill something. Fireball. Frostbolt. Stoof. It's one of the worst 5-drops? Really? I don't know. It's like... The stats of a 2-drop, okay. But if you happen to have a beast, you do draw a card. And I don't know if you guys know this, but this is a card game. So you sort of need cards to win this game. So I don't know. It looks pretty okay to me. It's probably going to be Vaporize. But if it's Vaporize, then can I win? I'm assuming it's Vape, right? The way how he's played and it's a random secret and everything. Wasn't it correct to keep the 4-7, even if it could heal him? Because it could heal him. And we don't like him healing. Test the secrets? Well, no, because then if it's Vape, it's like there's no testing, right? It's either Vape or not. You got nothing to lose? Well, I have my Pyromancer to lose. So there's a little bit I can lose. You definitely put him to 3. Yes, guys, once again. You guys are funny. It's Vaporize, though. Especially with it being a random secret. I think that it's either Barrier or Vaporize.
I appreciate that.
You guys are funny, man. Like, literally all your comments where you say, like, test it, or you have nothing to lose, it's like, no, wrong, and wrong again. And I don't know, man. Oh. You crack me up, Twitch chat. Cracking me up. Oh, he played Entity after he realized I got a lucky. Nope. I'm guessing it's duplicates. So now I proc the vape, right? Because I don't think I get through with anything else. Because I can't give him duplicates on either of these things. It's basically, do I trade the rat? But I think proccing the vape is better. So I think this is the Vaporize, and this is duplicate. Please mute this guy. He's pretty appreciative. I don't know. Aren't we just being a little ungrateful if we mute him after him being so appreciative of our plays? It is indeed nice to be appreciated. I agree. Boop. How do we kill this guy? If we kill 17 more cards, he's out of resources. I don't hate our chances here.
That's incredible.
Oh, he doesn't gain rush, right? Oh, it does have rush. That's pretty good for him.
Hello there.
I would even say that his chances to win are lower if he doesn't get exactly the rush guy there.
Well played.
Let's see. Is it better to hold this? It's got 12 damage. You go to 18. Then he needs to develop 6 more damage, but you can heal face, so it needs to be 8 more damage. Needs to kill both the things. I think it's better to hold here. I think I might even heal this water elemental.
I appreciate that.
The guy is just BMing at this point. No, right? He's just being nice. You guys always immediately expect the worst in people. It's really annoying. This is just some good sportsmanship, right?
Well played. You wish to live forever.
Do you have to play the Nova? Yeah.
Nothing can stop me. Nothing.
He might be right. I don't think there's anything in my deck that can win. Explain the bodyguard. It's in a pack where bodyguard is in, right?
You have best. Hello there. Well played.
Well, we tried, but Priest has a lot of alternatives, ways to win other than making big bodies. Smiley face. I know, what was it up against? Cards that are worse than Booty?
Anduin versus Gul'dan.
Your soul shall be mine.
The light shall bring victory.
No, not today, Baint. Not today. Yeah, Booty was pretty easy. Pretty easily to pick. In my opinion, it was wrong to trade the Northshire Cleric on turn 3 instead of giving +2 damage to the Murloc. Okay. So, how would you have won the game from there then? You can tell me how you would have proceeded. Afterwards, you would be able to buff her health up, and that would have kept you on the game with the draws. Because when the oh my god, he's terrible. Or he's amazing. I haven't made up my mind yet. He's either terrible or shit at the game, guys. I'm still deciding. Okay. So, if the Northshire survives, I can then heal my minions and draw cards of that. That does sound good. My only concern is that she's a little weak and I won't have enough minions on board, and he's going to end up cleaning up board control anyway. That does look a little scary. So that's like a minor concern, I guess, when you lose board control to keep a Northshire alive. Oh, so you assume because he is a mage, there's more chance that he's gonna have mana cyclones and he's not going to curve out so nicely. That could happen, yeah. But what if he plays a Yeti? Is that not a problem? Or is that just a risk we have to take?
What a tragedy! Better write this down.
Hey, it's turn 6. The fuck happened? The fuck happened? Why is it turn 6 already? I guess we kill it. The moment I'm talking was on early game, which we had at least 2 turns to load up. But if you would like me to take a look at it, feel free to go in the VOD and do like a turn by turn. I think that there is a chance that we don't do exactly the thing you hope we're going to do. But of course, it's only a chance, right? Doesn't mean that's actually how it's gonna happen.
I see golden and you shall take to the streets.
I don't know, I just get tilted playing Priest. Evolve? Evolve? Tyrion? Come on. I'm a little disappointed here. He's not hitting the nuts. Whee! Could you play Mech Hunter, please? We played that like 2 days ago. We had 3 of the bears, and it was pretty darn shit. I didn't like it, gotta be honest. Those bears. Hope to see a new guide soon. Yeah, I can't make a guide until Blizzard nerfs Warlock.
Get behind me.
Combining cards can be quite powerful. Oof. Nice roll there. I like it. I like it. Didn't the Mech Hunter with 3 Ursatrons go 12? No. I mean, getting 8 wins with Priest is pretty okay, I guess. It's not the worst. It's not good either, but it's not the worst. Trickster, thank you for the 20 months. Welcome back.
The pen is mightier with the sword.
Don't forget to tip your Torin.
2 spells in his hand. How bad can it be?
You have
Well played. Good game, friends. Okay. Honestly, Priest run today, 8 wins. I will take it actually. Could we have done better? For sure. But I think right now it could have been way worse than 8, so I'll take it honestly. Good game, smiley face. But yeah, Warlock right now is a little silly. It's like no reason not to play Warlock. Like legit, no reason not to play Warlock. And that's when you hit the, without the Abyssals, right? And if you don't hit the Abyssals, you can still just play normal and hit the Evil Genius, and then it's still OP. Exactly. Thank you for subbing.